how the fuck are you? I got the day off of work. Had too many of these recently. But I gotta go to Harley because I have a vest that I bought a while back, and they forgot to take that tag for, like, if you walk out the door, it makes everything go off. They forgot to take it off, and it didn't go off when I went out the door. So I'd like to have it taken off, and then I can have the patch and everything put on there, and I'll have my vest. So I don't know if I'm going to ride in the parade or anything like that. I might. They're asking, like, who wants to ride in the parade? And I don't even know if I'm ready for that. I mean, it's one thing to do like 80 mile an hour into a curve or something. Just keep pushing, you know. It's another thing to sit there crawling through parade traffic, that sort of thing, and your bike's getting hot, and I don't know what speed they're going to be going at. You know, they're going like 10 miles an hour. Hey, that's cool. If they're going at like 2 miles an hour, I don't want to be sitting there burning my clutch up. So I might want to watch it one time first before I actually do something like that. I need to find a solution, like maybe a different helmet. I can't afford a helmet right now, but not another one. But it's like the pads for the cheeks. When I open my mouth, they squeeze my cheeks in. It's like my teeth, and makes it easy to bite your cheek, and it messes with your speech a little bit. I don't know if any of y'all have had that problem or not. But yeah, I've got that problem. Probably because I have a fat face. The rest of me's fat. Why wouldn't my face be? But hey, it fills in the wrinkles, so what the hell. I remember when some of our nice 4-lane roads were like this. They came through and 4-laned them. I remember when like 242 up by Conroe. It's between like the Woodlands and Conroe, if you know the area, you know, 45. I remember when that road was this size right here, and you had to go all the way out to 45. There, I think it was a Shell station, might have been a Texaco at the time. I think it's a Shell now, I'm not sure. But it's the same gas station. It's got like a McDonald's and stuff there. And it's almost like that was sitting up, I want to remember it up on a hill, you know? It's seen forever. It's one of the first places I learned to drive. I was visiting my grandfather, and he had a house up in there that later became a rent house. And he had his old pickup. I'm wanting to say it was a GMC, I'm not sure. I'm not that great with them, you know. I can work on them. But the exact, you know, model and year on some of them, like, I can tell a Ford from a Chevy, but, you know, you're going back to your memory, was that a Chevy or a GMC? Yeah, that, I think it was a GMC. It was like that mustard kind of color one. And it had a 3 on the tree. And that's one of the first vehicles I had ever learned how to drive. And I think I was like 9 or 10 years old. And I'm going out of the little subdivision area where he lived at. And on a 242 out to 45. Of course, he's sitting there right beside me. But yeah, shifting, 3 on the tree. Anyone else in my age bracket? Y'all born in the 70s? Yeah, we're getting old. My kids are grown. 2 wonderful, beautiful, big strapping boys. Be a lot nicer if they came around more often. You know, I got a yard that needs to be mowed. I got things that need to be lifted and moved around, but they're off doing their own thing. I can't complain. They're making their own way in this world, but it's kind of what we want for our kids, you know. You don't want them coming back for you all the time. And, hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. No. They need to be figuring that stuff out on their own. I mean, if they have an emergency, something happens that, you know, unplanned for, you know, those are the times your family needs to kind of help, sort of thing. They don't have to. Don't ever expect anyone to do anything like that for you, ever. But that would be the time, you know. It's not the day ins and day outs and stuff like that. You should be able to do that yourself. You know, you know how much money you make. You can budget yourself. We were all there at one time. I mean, I remember hauling hay for like 10 cents a bale, and minimum wage wasn't even $4 an hour. You know, you're working for $3 an hour. I think my first hourly job was like $3.70, something like that. That's gonna date me. Yeah. It seemed like I could buy a lot more with it at that time. I don't know what's in the air. My sinus has been going. But, you know, you kind of climb the ladder. It seems like nobody wants to climb the ladder anymore. They want to start off at, you know, the wage everybody else is making when they don't have the experience or the skills and what have you. You know, this person over here has been doing this for 20 years, and why are they making $15 an hour more than I am? Well, they've been doing it for 20 years and you just started. You know, I don't have to tell them anything other than what I want done. They can figure the rest out on their own. In fact, they can come up with solutions I didn't even think of. They're like, hey, I've done that before, it didn't work out, this is a problem, why don't we try it like this, you know? And hopefully you have that kind of relationship with your employer. There's that respect thing where, like my boss, he's pretty cool. I mean, he has his issues, I have my issues, we're all human, you know? You don't expect to agree 100% all the time, which is another thing I don't think this generation gets, is you're not, even your best friend, you're not going to agree with 100% of the time. And there's some civility in there where you accept that. You know, I was like, hey, we just disagree on this issue. Okay, that's cool. Well, it's the same with work. Me and my boss are about the same age. We've been doing this about the same length of time. There's a respect I have for him of, he can do my job. He can do nearly everything that I can do. He's been in the office a while, so. But he understands everything that I'm doing. And if I have a problem, I can bounce things off of him. We come up with a solution and he trusts my solutions, you know? Because I've been doing this for 20 years, actually more than 20 years. I've been driving trucks and running equipment and everything else since 97. So there's a respect there between us, and you're also not going to get me for the same price that you're going to get somebody who's just out of a trucking school or only has like 5 years experience, and you're going to have to train them in everything. I run all the equipment. I train people to run equipment and stuff, you know? You want to show somebody how to run something? I'll show them how to run it. Hell, I'll show you all the tricks to it. You know, I'm not one of those people that doesn't want to show you something because they're scared of losing their job. And I've told my boss that before. It's like, the more people know, the better it is for everybody. There's some people that's like, they don't want to show you things because they think they're going to lose their job if you know how to do it. They need to be the only ones to do it. No, I want a vacation. I want to be able to take off of work. I want to be able to do a lot of things that somebody's going to have to be able to do my job for me to take a vacation or for me to do anything. And that's just how it is. If nobody else can do my job, I can't take a vacation because my job still has to be done. Well, what if something happens to me? You know, I actually like the company I work for. They're going through some hard times right now, like a lot of companies are. I mean, oil field's not exactly booming. And the ag chemicals that come from places like Russia, there's a little bit of issue getting them. But I like the company. I like the owner. I know her personally, and I like being able to know the owner personally. I've basically got 2 people over me. I get along with both of them. I can't complain. And it's just a different thing. In order to go to work where I work at, you're going to have a minimum of 5 years experience. And then there are people who are like, they think that's unfair. You know, they've been driving a year or what have you, and they like, oh, I can do the job. And you might be able to do the job, but you can't guarantee everybody can. And yeah, talking and writing is a little bit different. Your mind gets split in 2 different locations. I'm getting more used to it though. Anyways, they're going to want you to have some experience just to even come over. But what are we hauling? You know, it's not like you're just a door swinger hauling general freight or something like that. You know, if I have a wreck, I can make national news real easily, you know. I'm hauling like isopropanol, methanol, you know, MEA, which isn't that bad. It's acid, but I mean, hell, I've been covered in that crap. But there's all kinds of stuff like that. Hold on. My wife is calling. That's what she wants. Hello. You cussing me out? I don't know, my ears were burning. I am recording, by the way, but what happened? Why were you cussing me out? Well, I told you, go someplace that'll help you load it. Those big old tits you got, you couldn't just like unbutton a few buttons and bat your eyes and get one of them guys to load that thing for you. I mean, it works when you do that to me, so. Lifting it up, trying to put it in there, yes, I know. Main reason I want somebody to help you is so you don't bang stuff up in that new car. Yeah. And for those of you wondering what the hell we're talking about, she picked up a carpet cleaner. Well, yeah, that's if you go places that know me, that I do business with, they're more likely to help you out with anything because they know me. That's why I deal with. Yeah, but it's like the pawn shops I go to, the gun stores. Easily. Well, like I said, the pawn shops I go to, the gun stores I go to, the parts stores I go to, the tire shops that I go to, they know me, they know you're with me, and you can do business with them and they will help you. They know how much money I spent there before. They'll make more deals with you than somebody that just doesn't know who the hell you are, you know? And they'll help you because even if they don't know you, they know me. Whereas, you know, if they don't know you, they're like, who's this bitch? You know? Yeah, I took the northerly route. I went up through Porter, New Caney. I'm gonna head over here to Kingwood, Harley Davidson. Is your carpet dirty? Yes, my carpet's dirty. Has your dog ever pissed on the floor? Yes. That's why I'm getting a carpet cleaner. Oh yeah. We've got a mastiff and 2 cats. Our children are grown. I don't know if anybody can hear you. I could probably turn this thing up loud enough where they could hear you too. They might be able to hear you now, especially like when I'm stopped or something. But yeah, it's like we occasionally clean our carpet. We have pets. I'm using Harley's useless stock mirrors. I need to put the mirrors like I got on the other bike on this one. I just hadn't had the time or the money right now. A seat was more important. I mean, they're not that expensive, but if you're like 6 foot tall or over, you gotta do that kind of lean thing to look at the mirrors. And I just lost her. Walking through the grocery store. Yeah, I'm a little over 6 foot and she's 5'2", so she's hard to find in a store. And you know, she's underneath the racks, that sort of thing. And I'll be singing a song. I go, where, oh, where could my lips away? Oh, where, oh, where could she be? She's tiny and angry and yells. Where, oh, where could she be? And she gets mad and hits me. She's always hitting me. My shirt's blowing up. Yeah, this is not that kind of channel. I'm not gonna ride down the road, my shirt blowing up, showing my tits. I liked aren't there anymore. Some of the people I like are still there. It's like anything else. New company takes over. You get any kind of new management or anything like that, it's like they're like a dog pissing, a dog in a new home. They're gonna piss in every corner. They're gonna make it theirs. And some people don't like it, and some people are fine with it. But I can say they've got a lot more inventory. And I do like seeing that. They were able to get some stuff in that they didn't have before. It's kind of like I'd hear that thing of, my bikes being called bar hoppers because they're soft tails. Like, we just deal with touring bikes, and I'm like, well, I go on 500-mile trips with my bar hopper. So the bars are a little further apart. And there are things that I need, like a seat and vice versa. And they're starting to carry some more of that stuff. I like this bike. This is a Lowrider ST. I got a few water spots and stuff on it right now, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I like the power. It's just like nice and smooth. It's got the torque cam in it. I put the round extreme airflow breather on it because that snorkel looking thing was hitting my leg, but oh well. It works. It's a little grunty. It's not my exhaust, that's my breather. It's a hog. It's supposed to grunt. I don't know what kind of exhaust I'm putting on it yet. That's going to be changed at some point. Everybody goes to 2-in-1. I don't know if I'm going 2-in-1. I really don't know if I'm going 2-in-1. I sort of like the 2-in-2. Kind of old school. Be cool if they had it out both sides. It'd be awesome. I don't know if this bike would look right with those fins. It would look retro as hell. Like what were those fishtails or whatever the hell it is, like my uncle would have on his bikes. But he's that generation that, what we call a bagger and all that kind of stuff. They called it a dresser. My grandfather did too, and like talking about his brother's bike, he called it a full dress. Gotta watch these intersections around here. They got a lot of gravel. And don't do what I just did. I was holding in the clutch. Don't do that. I believe that's the wrong thing to do. But no, a lot of construction and stuff going on, so there's like gravel everywhere. And anyways, his son rode his Harley. They just called it a full dress, and rode it to his funeral. Abe was cool. He was on Iwo Jima. He was a health nut before that was a thing. You didn't smoke on his property, and you damn sure didn't drive a Japanese car and park it anywhere near his house. His only weakness was Bluebell ice cream. And he died just completely ate up with cancer. So, see what that gets you? But anyways, their generation, I think my grandfather's generation, they liked that whole full dress look. And my father's generation, my uncle's generation, they took those dressers that they could get cheap back in like the 60s and 70s, and they just stripped all that shit off of them. And I'm heavily influenced by that generation. Very heavily. driving around the parking lot here for a minute, riding around, whatever. But anyways, I gotta go in. I gotta let them take this tag off, that so someone doesn't think that I stole it and walked out with it. I brought the receipt just in case, but I mean, they know it's me. Well, that was ringing through my ears. Yes, I'm here. I'm still recording too. What are you doing? Okay, well, you go get something to eat. They're doing a bikini bike wash. If they want me to wear a bikini, they can kiss my ass, because I'm not doing that. Okay, well, I gotta sign off this thing. And, as I said, I gotta sign off this thing, so I'll catch you fine folks later. And deuces. What was that? NEA says, deuces, yo, don't pee in fridge, all that crap. You gotta be our generation to understand some of that, and probably part of the gun community as well. But I'll catch y'all later. Adios. Bye-bye.